Do you want more? More time, more balance, more love, more sex, more money, more real, and less bullshit? This is the Women Wanting More podcast with Dr. Karen Osborne. Real life, real stories, plus real tips to get you more of what you want.
So I want to introduce to you, sister, a phrase that my coach Satema has often said. And I think it's going to be something of huge... The drawbacks of recording when you are in the car. The stereo just turned on really fucking loud. All right. So something that I think is going to be of really big value for you today here, sister, which is this. Is you got to pay the piper. Or as I'm going to call this, you gots to pay the piper. You have to pay the piper. What does this mean? This means that if you want results within your health, then paying the piper is going to be things like an early morning wake up, the food you put in your body, early morning wake up to get your ass to the gym, to do what is required, the hard fucking work if you want to create a strong, lean body with energy for days. You have to have the discipline to really, take a look at the food you're putting into your body or the crap food you're putting into your body. You need to be responsible for the water that you're drinking or not, the how you're living your life, the sleep that you're getting for not. If you want success within your marriage, if you want a marriage that you don't currently have, then you got to pay the piper. And what does that look like? That looks like daily appreciation to your husband. Baby, this is what I honor about you. This is what I love about you. This is what I appreciate about you. Daily. It means that weekly you date your husband. You go out of the house. You don't have kids. You pay a sitter or someone watches the kids. You go out to dinner. You go to a movie. You go for a walk. You go for coffee. I don't give a fuck, but you go and you do something together. You date. You date. It means that every quarter, ideally, you're going to get maybe away for a weekend or an overnight date to spend time to invest in your marriage. You got to pay the piper. How does it look like in your business? Well, I can tell you with my messaging online, which I started doing almost 5 years ago. Started with a blog. I was still in practice at the time as a chiropractor. I didn't know. I just felt I had this something to say, something to speak, something to write. And I just started. I had no idea what it was. It sucked at first. I wish I still had those old blog posts. Those blogs are no longer there, but I had freebie blog post stuff. Then I went to our chiropractic office website, which is no longer a current website. So you can search me on YouTube, check out some really awful fucking video blogs. This took me a long time. Tried products, failed online products, had my first podcast, Mom at 41, now the second podcast, coaching, finding what works, hiring people, paying tens of thousands of dollars to really understand myself better and to be coached by amazing mentors. I've been paying the piper for a long fucking time to get to where I am, and it doesn't fucking stop. Doesn't stop. It will continue. You got to pay the piper. See, there's some of you that may be hearing this message, and maybe this is you right now, sister, that think that you are entitled, that think that you should just have this stuff. If this isn't you, then it's cool. But if it is, don't turn me off right now. This is a message that you might just have to hear. But you think that, again, you should just have it, or you should have had it by now, because you're lacking the patience, because you've not paid the piper as far as your time and energy and your blood, sweat, and tears into creating something, producing something, and you think it should just come. You haven't paid the piper. You have a belief system that says, I should have more money in my account, but yet you haven't done the work to really get that. You have to pay the piper. This is a hard concept. This is a hard thing to really understand. Because you know why, sister? Because it means that we have to accept responsibility. That as opposed to the majority of society that points their finger outwards and says, it's their fault, it's him, it's her, it's society, it's my family, it's my boss, that the finger actually gets pointed back to yourself. And you accept responsibility for where you are in your life and you are willing to pay the piper and do whatever it takes to get what you want. And what do you need to do for that first, sister? You've heard me, if you've been listening to the podcast for a while, you've been hearing me saying this a million times. What do you want? I know you're clear on what you don't want. I don't want that in my marriage. I don't want my kids to talk back to me. I don't want to have this extra weight. I don't want to have to worry about money in my bank account or not my bank account. I don't. What do you want? What do you want your health to look like? What do you want your marriage to be like, and how you want to show up for your husband if your husband is show up for you? What do you see your relationship with your children look like? What do you see your business and your work and your bank account looking like? How do you really see those things? See, the picture has to start there first, sister. What do you want? The second piece of this, why does it matter? Like, why does it move you? You want to know why I get my ass up out of bed 4:30 in the morning to have time for myself to journal, to study, to teach back, to text my husband, to get to the gym, to put the right foods in my body, to on then the way to my son's daycare and school that I do what's called their power words? You want to know why I invest in those 4 areas, my health, my business, my purpose, and my relationships every single day? Because I want more within my life, because I know that the way that I live my life is an example for other women around the world. Because I know that I was designed for big things, not because it's part of my DNA, but because I want it. Because I can create my life, and because I see life as such a precious gift that I don't want to waste any of it. And I feel honored to have this time here on the earth to actually make something with it. That's why I get up at 4:30. And it ain't easy. It's not. There's many mornings, if not most, where I'm just like, God, why am I doing this again? Because that bed is really warm and comfortable, and my husband's really cuddly and cute, and like, I would rather just stay right here in this bed right now, but I get up because of those things. See, I know my why. What is yours, sister? What motivates you? What makes you want to do the things that you do, and that you are willing to commit to doing whatever it takes to get what you want, because you know why it matters, and you are saying, I declare this, I want this, I will commit to doing whatever it takes to make it happen. And yes, that means that I will pay the piper. I will pay the piper. I've invested more in the first 6 months of 2017, even though we're now just month 2, but for these first 6 months, I've invested more in my coaching than I have for the entire last year. And I invested a lot of money, about $50,000 in coaching last year. Why? Because I want to become the best at what I do. Because I want to serve you best. Because I want to really understand my message best. Because I want to be the best wife. Because I want to be the best mom. Because I want to be the best me. And that means that I'm willing to pay the piper. Now, you might not have to pay in your dollars such a large amount as I did, and you can figure it out on your own. And I did that for years. Yeah, about 2 decades worth of that. Until I went, screw this, let me figure this out faster. How can I do that? Oh yeah, let me pay someone that's gotten to where I want to go, and I'm going to pay them and actually save me a boatload of time. And that's what I've ended up doing with coaching. But you're paying the piper can be in your energy. You can pay with your energy. You can pay with your time. Like, you have to have this patience and understand that it takes time to get the things you want within your life. And it doesn't mean you can't see progress sooner. And it doesn't mean you can't take action, even when you don't know how it's going to happen. But it means you need to understand this concept, sister, which is that you got to pay the piper. So here's your more tip for today. Where in your life have you not paid the piper, and yet you're expecting a different result? Like, you think that you deserve a certain thing, or that your life should be a certain way, or that you should have it all together, or it should have all happened by this point. Where is it? Where you're frustrated, you feel stuck. You're like, why not now? Come on, make this shit happen, right? So where is it there in your life? First, identify that. And number 2, I want you to journal about this for like 5 or 10 minutes, a couple pages in your journal, just like, is this really a true statement of I should have this stuff, or why don't I, and how come, and Like, really ask yourself this question. Write this at the top of the page. Have I paid the piper? And then just write about this. Be honest. This is for you. It's not for me, sister. It's not to show anybody. You don't get a gold star or a frowny face on your page. It's for you. And the only way you're going to get what you want in your life is to be honest about what you want in your life and be honest about the work you've put in or you haven't. And to really ask yourself, have I really paid the piper? So, sister, here's what you need to do next. So I want you to head over to drkarenosborn.com and make sure to subscribe to the Woman Wanting More newsletter. You'll see the orange pop-up with a picture of me. Enter your name and email, and we'll get you hooked up. Because guess what? You're going to get VIP access to everything coming up. The first annual Woman Wanting More Live one-day event in Vancouver, BC. That'll be most likely May or June of 2017. You're going to get VIP access to my speaking engagements. Next one coming up in June in Arizona. Access to my book that's coming out, all my webinars, coaching programs. So head over to drkarenosborn.com, enter your name and email when that pop-up comes up, and I'll get you hooked up on that today. So I will talk to you in the next episode, sister. A life of more is just one step away from you doing the fucking work every single day. I love and appreciate you.
To get the show notes of each Women Wanting More episode, including the How to Get More tip, subscribe to the newsletter at drkarenosborn.com/newsletter.